It's time for our daily dose of cope, and we have the Honorable Reverend Leopards Jenkins at the correspondence desk for the Leopards News Network. So many faces being eaten, so many stories to report on. Let's go ahead and check out these stories. We're going to start with poor and unhealthy MAGA. These workers built America's nuclear arsenal and voted for Trump. Trump hit pause on their medical claims. So this man, Steve Hicks, it says Steve Hicks worked for 34 years at the Y-12 National Security Complex, which enriched the uranium for the atomic bomb that was dropped on Hiroshima in 1945, and to this day remains a key site in the United States nuclear weapons complex. He is spending his retirement managing the 30 daily medications he takes to treat the effects of 2 cancers and nerve damage linked to the radiation exposure, and petitioning the United States Department of Health and Human Services to pay the medical bills for thousands of fellow Y-12 employees stricken with cancers associated with their employment. I made a good living there, but I am not happy that I am this sick. And there are people who work there that are sicker than me, Hicks, who 70 said in an interview with Reuters. Assembling the petitions is a complicated process. It can take years to gather the thousands of pages of evidence required to document the causes of the 22 types of cancer the U.S. government recognizes as associated with radiation exposure at its nuclear workplaces. Now Hicks's effort to win benefits and compensation for him and thousands of nuclear workers is in limbo after the HHS suspended indefinitely with the expert medical bodies charged with reviewing those claims, according to interviews with 18 former workers, board members, and administration officials. And some of Hicks' petitioners do not have time to wait. While Hicks did get medical coverage earlier for kidney cancer, he is now seeking assistance for treating skin cancer. Hicks, who voted for Donald Trump, said he sent dozens of letters to the president, Tennessee senators, and lawmakers in other states with major weapons facilities. I've contacted politicians and the White House and haven't heard anything back. I'm sure it's just an oversight. Let's skip a little bit. The CDC and agency of HHS confirmed the indefinite suspension, but did not provide further details about the future of the board. Meetings of the Advisory Board on Radiation and Worker Health are currently paused due to outstanding administrative requirements, which the program is actively working to resolve. I honestly think that the administration is waiting for a bunch of people to just die off. And speaking of dying off, remember the Trump Burger owner who is a Trump supporter but is not a citizen of the United States? Well, his lawyer said, the Trump Burger owner is being left to die without any access to his heart and diabetes medication in ICE detention. So he is in ICE detention getting ready to get deported, but they're just waiting on this man to die. And whoever put this together says, leopards eating faces on 100. Part of the owner's story, the co-owner story. It says, according to ICE, Abu Hawa, who they said was an Israeli-born Jordanian citizenship, has been in the U.S. illegally since a judge ordered his deportation in September 2009. However, Abu Hawa's attorney reportedly denied this and said he is a stateless Palestinian. The attorney told the newspaper Abu Hawa suffers from a heart condition and diabetes and is not doing well, adding, in my opinion, they're waiting for him to die. It has to suck knowing that you once supported the people that just are going to let you die. This is a Facebook post from a woman named Rhonda. She says, I voted for Trump. I defended Trump. Gas prices are going up. Food prices are going up. Electricity prices are going up. And the water bill is going up. Car and health insurance are going up. Cost of daily household necessities are all going up. Rent is going up. Cost of homes are going up. Prescription and over-the-counter meds are going up. Trump has also cut funding to the elderly and the disabled, programs that assisted with heat, medication, rides to doctor's appointments, etc. Holding an able-bodied person accountable for taking care of themselves is one thing, but throwing the elderly and disabled into the ocean with no raft is inhumane, negligent, and not what I voted for. This has proven to me that they are all alike. There was nothing in the Dems platform that would have thrown the elderly, impoverished, disabled, veterans, children off of these programs. These people just want to feel better about voting for Trump. Michaela responded, I have noticed it doesn't matter who gets in anymore. We are screwed one way or another. And Rhonda said 1000% screwed. But they, like I said, they keep same siding it. But these people wouldn't have been thrown off, like I said, if Kamala Harris got in. They would not have been thrown off because the Republicans wouldn't have been able to push through a whole bill that kicked so many people off of the rolls and had a Democratic president sign it. But like Kev said at the bottom, like you said, you all voted him in, so live with it. And she says, I chose the lesser of two evils. They are all corrupt, every single one of them. What we need to do is vote in blue collar, working class people who will stand up for us. And the thing is, she really keeps wanting to same sides it, like we're all the same. And they were not all the same because under the Biden administration, they were putting people to work. They were giving grants for projects for infrastructure. They were trying to bring Wi-Fi to rural areas. Under Trump, they are closing hospitals. They are making sure that farmers go bankrupt. They're making sure that kids don't have school lunches. All kinds of terribleness. And these people want to make it like this is a same sides type of thing. Teresa says, he did say it would get worse before it got better when he was running for election, but it would get better. Takes time, folks. He has to fight for everything he does with the Democrats and the liberals, etc., even rhinos. Real talk. If they would do their job for the people with him, it surely would not be going this way, is my belief. He has Congress. He has the House and the Senate. What is she talking about? He's having to fight for everything. The Democrats are not going to vote for this stuff because he is trying to strip away everything. Okay, I'm sorry. She says, I mean, come on. If they won't work with the president, what big changes here? Can he make accept to keep fighting all their cock blocking for the USA like he is doing daily and takes no pay? You know what? Let me keep it moving. I'm not sure if this story fits exactly here, but I'm still going to put it here. This person says, so SWAT visited my girlfriend's house yesterday. It says, my girlfriend had her house raided by SWAT yesterday morning in the blank. Luckily, everyone is safe and just her house was damaged, but something needs to change. My girlfriend purchased her house in 2020, and the police were after a guy who used to live there over 5 years ago. This is totally unacceptable. And not only did they SWAT her house, but they SWATted the guy's other former residence. And guess what? Wasn't there either. What a freaking waste of resources, time, and money. Unbelievable. You'd think getting a search warrant would be a bit more difficult, or maybe they check if the person they're after still lives there. Doing this to people's homes, scaring the stuff out of them, and making them deal with the aftermath is some BS. I'm pro-police too. That's the reason why I put this here. I'm pro-police too, but this is ridiculous. Even just staking the property and verifying the culprit is actually there before busting in anything. We're looking at least $25,000 in damages. Her garage door was completely ripped off. Her front door was completely ripped off. Her house frame is bent. There are holes in the drywalls. Her inside door handles are broken. What a mess. Hopefully it's not too much of a pain in the butt to get them to cover this stuff. But this is how they're doing, and there's very little oversight and accountability for these people, ICE included. A lot of these people have no oversight. I'm going to end with this story. Utah City that voted overwhelmingly for Trump reeling after he yanks $86 million grant. And like I said before, the Democrats were out here putting out grants for infrastructure and all of this. This president is snatching grants and snatching all kind of funding away from these cities and states. It says the citizens of St. George, the first major stop for travelers leaving Las Vegas as they head into Utah, are heartbroken that Donald Trump clawed back a grant that was targeted at relieving a major traffic issue that has plagued the town for years. Adding insult to injury, Politico's Chris Marquette and Sam Ogazalek are reporting that voters in Washington County, where St. George is situated, voted overwhelmingly for Trump, handing him 75.2% of the vote in 2024. As part of a Politico report on towns that have lost promised federal funds under the budget bill signed into law by Trump in July, fast-growing St. George stands out as one of the biggest losers. And this is what they voted for. And this is what their own lawmakers signed off on. That is what they get. I had to grab Persephone. That's what they get. Rah!
A vote for Trump means your groceries will be cheaper.
$7 for 3 ears of corn. That just seemed twice as much as I've ever seen corn for anywhere.
My budget has become double for food shopping.
Parmesan cheese, it was $12.99 and now it's $16.99.
Especially the beef.
Really?
The beef, yeah. Everything is going up, but the beef is going up tremendously.
And the tariffs are paid by the consumer, okay? The companies pay it, but then they pass on the costs.
I don't think it's going to get any better soon.
Oh, yes, it's gotten ridiculous right there. It's kind of depressing to go in the Walmart. You used to go with $100 right there and come out with bags of groceries. Now you go with a couple of bags in your hand.
But prices will come down. You just watch. They'll come down, and they'll come down fast.